Okay. All right. And we're going to start with big good morning stretch in standing position. So find a nice neutral stance, step your feet a little bit wide, stretch your arms up above your head and spread your fingers. Take an inhale, yawn and reach from your feet to your fingertips. And then as you exhale, invite a little softness in. Now take it into a little side bend. Keep that space between your arms. Stretch over to one side. Take an inhale, spread your fingers, reach down into your feet. And then soften on the exhale, take it over to the other side. Get a little bit of a side bend, nice proper space between your arms. Take an inhale, yawn and reach. And then let your exhale soften and then just a little forward push. So take one hand and flip your palms so your palms pressing forward and you want to feel like you're trying to round and stretch your back just a little bit. And then on an exhale release, take it over to the other side. Flip that palm facing forward, push out just a touch, get that little yawning reach and stretch. And then let your exhale soften you. Take a second, shoot it out. And now we're going to take it right into a bounce. So bouncy, 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 just get a little bit of liveliness into your body. Notice how your energy feels. We've got a little bit of cardio work put into the middle just to kind of support all of the different levels that we like to go to. Always the work is going to be what supports your body best any given day. So just tune in, how's your body feeling? And then if bouncing and twisting feels good, take it into a little bounce while you twist. Notice your breath. Start to encourage your breath coming in and out through your nose. All right, last 15 seconds, take it into just a twist, skip the bounce. Or let the bounce go. All right, that's time. Take it into a bent over position, legs a little bit close because we want a little space for our arms to be clear. So slight bent over position and pendulum swing your arms. When we do this pendulum swing as our warm up, the work is for anybody who's got the stiff or sticky shoulders in the morning or sticky shoulders throughout the day. So this bent over position lets the arm kind of hang slack out of the shoulder girdle. And then it just sort of glosses and glides, gets a little bit of synovial fluid going on, but it also does this conversation to the nervous system. So we want that nice, good free swinging movement. And then if that's feeling good, take it into ellipses, light little circles. Just find a slight bit of circular motion. And then if you're going in one particular direction with that circular motion, take it and go the other way. Notice how your back feels in this bent over position and time. All right, now come up, take a second just to kind of shoot it out. Now we're going to go Winnie the Pooh with a lot of add-ons. So you're going to go up to the sky, bend down to the ground, come up halfway. Hands are going to come behind the head. Come up with that hip hinge maneuver and then add a little side bend, release your arms. Reach up to the sky, bend down to the ground, come up halfway, hands come behind the head or to the shoulders, go where your hands go comfortably, come up, give a little side bend, and then back to it, up to the sky, down to the ground, halfway up, hands come behind the head, we hinge, and then add that lateral flexion. Nice work. All right, that's time. Now we're taking it into our calf raises. We're going to go half calf raise, range of motion. Start small, get your feet sturdy. Anybody who's got a tendency towards bunions or big toes that kind of crank in towards that second toe, do a little pigeon toe maneuver with your feet and then start to come up and down. Go for that. Still want to go for that half calf raise range of motion. We're going to pick up the pace just a little bit. So get your feet positioned where they feel sturdy or hold on to a wall. Give yourself that good, comfortable support. And then we're going to take it up and down. Go for a good, lively pace. Think lightly athletic. Five seconds left. Nice quick pace. All right, now we're going to take it into our squatting maneuver. Keep those toes turned in if you kept them, if you turned them in. And now we're going to go up and down, but go for, it's not about how deep you're going into your squat. It's just coming up and out of it nice and quick. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. All right, take a second, shake out your legs. Now we're going to go into a lunging position. So we're going to go nice lunge. Go for that wide lunge where you're on that sort of railroad track situation, because we're going to lift our heels up. If you're off balance, put yourself so your hip is a little bit near a wall, or just strategically so the wall is nearby, so it makes you feel like it's there to offer you support and balance. Pick up your heels. Arms are going to come out at your sides, and we're going to start to pump the arms. So we're going for that fast and furious work. You want your core muscles to kick on. It's going to challenge your balance just a little bit. Heels lifted, that's going to give the biggest challenge. Heels down, you'll still get a good challenge, but it doesn't work the ankles quite as much. 10 more seconds and we'll switch our feet. All right, when you're ready, switch your foot stance, come up into that heel lifted position, and then start to pump your arms. Nice work. And time. Beautiful. Okay, lower your arms, take a second, shoot them out. Now we're going to go, this is our big strong work. Sumo squat to an overhead press. So grab your hand weights if you want to. Go nice and heavy because we've only got a nice minute of work for that good strength building. So we're going all the way down to the ground, bend down, touch the ground, all the way up. Add that overhead press. Come up and down at a pace that feels strong. Follow your breath. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come up. All right, that's time. Now you might choose to stick with your weights or go for one weight, holding it sideways. We're going to go into a wide stance. With our wide stance, we're going to do a hip hinge. For some of us, if you have SI stuff, you might play with turning the toes out. For some of us, it's more beneficial to turn the toes slightly in. So go back to that pigeon toe, crisscross your arms or hold your weight at your chest. But we're just going for that halfway hinge point and then coming back up. So we push the butt back, bring the chest forward, keep that long spine, and then come back up. And then we follow the breath. Inhale as you go butt back, heart comes forward. Exhale as you push into your feet, come up and squeeze the glutes. Nice work. All right, that's time. Take a second, put your hand weight down. Now we're going to still be with that wide stance, but now we're going to go into some side lunges with a little bit of an intention to find that little stretched out feeling in the inner thigh, and think more like it's not like stretching the muscles, but it stretches that inner thigh fascial line. So we're going to stretch it and then we're going to pump it back up. So with this nice wide stance, you're going to bend your knee, you're going to push your butt back. As you go, focus on that outer edge foot, like you're reaching out into the blade edge of the foot. Come back in nice and slow and controlled. Push out into the blade edge of the foot, push your butt back, bend, come forward. And now take it at a nice gentle pace so you can get that slight slowness into that stretching out feeling. Reach out to the blade edge of the foot, butt goes back, bend the knees, the heart comes forward. Nice slow work. And then if you have a tendency, like I do, to have those slight fallen arches, lift the arches of your feet and keep them in a lifted position best you can. I did forget we had bent over rows, so you will want either your TheraBand or your weights for your bent over row, which comes next. Sorry, I don't remember everything perfectly that I write down. All right, take a second, come on up, give your legs a little shake, grab hand weights or grab your TheraBand. It's going to be bent over row. It's going to be bent over row, narrow row, so the palms are facing in towards each other, 45 degrees, where we flip the palms at that 45-degree angle, widens that row stance, and then flip palms facing up and drive it up. So go palms facing in, palms at the 45-degree, and then palms facing up. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Grab your hand weights, nice sturdy bent over position if that feels good. Palms face in for the narrow, palms turn to the 45 degrees, and then palms flip facing up. You've got it. Twenty seconds left. 5 seconds left. And to let you know where we're heading next, we're going to be taking it into some jump rope action, like we're jumping rope. So put your hand weights down, grab your fake imaginary jump rope, and start to jump. Now, if that jump rope maneuver is not your favorite, jog, jump, just get your body kind of moving in a lively way. Don't worry about it being perfect. You could be a double Dutch jumper. You could be a single leg hopper. You could do a little crisscross action, whatever makes it more fun for you. As we're bouncing here, as we're jumping, your heart rate's going to come up just a little bit. Your breath is going to work a little bit harder. Can you keep your breath coming in and out through your nose? Twenty seconds left. You got this. 5 seconds. All right, we're taking it into low front kicks, but they're fast. Just kicking out in front of you. Don't worry about the height. Just get those legs kicking. Get a little bit of speed. Get your breath coming in and out through your nose. 10 more seconds with those low kicks. We will take them just a little bit higher. All right, take those kicks just a little higher. Last 20 seconds, low, low, high, high. And time. All right, last minute of cardio work. We're hopping, double-feeted hop forward and jogging it back. So feet together, bunny hop your way forward, jog it back. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Nice lively pace, little springiness to the step. If you're like, Jessica, I'm not in the mood for all this hopping, lively step, lively step, lively step, and a quick step back. The pace is what feels good to your body today. Tomorrow might look a little different. Nice work. All right, last 10 seconds. Just walk it out, walk it out. Get your breath to come back in and out through your nose. All right, now when we come down, we're gonna be in that side lying position. So if you want your rolled up blanket to kind of hug against your hip, we're gonna be in that fast and furious inner thigh work. I like the wedge personally. It feels good to my side of my hip. So if you like it, take your blanket, stuff it into the side of your hip, come into a little side lying position. If you weren't here with us on Friday, this work is for the fascia. It's to stimulate the fascial lines of our body. So when we do this inner thigh lift, don't go for crazy height. Don't go for like muscly work. You want to feel like it comes out of the inner thigh, but it's to stimulate the fascia. So we're not going to get like big bulky muscles. We just want to get a little heat, a little stimulation. Get that leg moving up and down at a nice fast pace. Keep that quick pace, but let your breath start to slow down. All right, when you're ready, we're switching it over to the other side. Roll yourself across, get your wedge where you want it to be. Once you've got your way there, adjust your legs so it feels comfortable. And that inside leg is doing the lift. It's a fast and furious lift. Think athletic, but bouncy athleticism. It's not muscly like heavy weight. It's light, it's springy, it's bouncy, it's stimulating. 10 seconds left. All right, that's time. Now we're going to take it into that V-sit with our wedge. So you're going to take your roll of blanket or your roll of towel and you're going to stuff it nice and firm up against your backside. Lean back into your V-sit and we're doing that fast and furious work, but we're going to add just a little touch of palm flip. So when you're going back, palms are up. And then when you're going forward, palms are down. Turns the fascia just a little bit. So it pulls against those fascial lines. So palms up, do the shimmy shoulder shake, go back into your V-sit, do the shimmy shoulder shake, come back up. Flip your palms as you go. Palms up, go back, palms down, go forward. It's quick paced work. It's meant to stimulate that front abdominal line of fascia. Five seconds left. And time, nicely done. All right, now we're gonna take it into rolling star planks with a little bit of that crisscross applesauce in the middle. So a lot of times we roll side plank and we'll go just right over to the other side. This time we're gonna go star plank, lift up, and then a crisscross applesauce roll in the middle, take it over to the other side and star plank. You can add a hand weight if you want to, just to add that little bit of load and that little bit of controlled carry across, but we roll through that crisscross applesauce situation. However, if crisscross applesauce situation doesn't feel good to your body, skip it. Go for just the roll from side to side. Pick the work that makes the most sense to your body. Nice work. And the crisscross applesauce situation in the middle doesn't need to be imperfect. It's about how do we mobilize our body and coordinate with our bones and our muscles to get from one position to the other comfortably in an organized way that makes the most sense to your particular muscles and bones. All right, that's time. Now we want our rolled up blanket or towel because it's going to go underneath our feet. So it's going to be that glute bridge where our feet are in the elevated position and we have our butt in that bit of a hover. So get your rolled up blanket, get your rolled up towel, get it to the height of the roll that feels pretty good to you. Foam roller will also be a good, reasonable instead of. Put your feet onto the roll, scoot your butt down so that you're finding your heels nicely close enough to your butt. Push into that roll, lift your butt up so you could slide one flat palm underneath your butt. There's your starting position. And then away we go. Exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you lower just to that hover point. A little extra challenge, arms come up above the head or in front of the chest. A little bit more awareness before you lift. Squeeze your butt muscles and then follow the squeeze of your butt muscles to lift up. The butt's never touching down, so your hamstrings are already going to be on the whole time. So find that little extra assist from your glutes. Squeeze them before you go. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, take a second to come down. You're going to come up and you're going to adjust the style of your blanket's fold. So for me, when I widen my blanket, I can fold it in half one more time. And that fold is going to be the fold that will kind of support my upper trunk of my back. So get your blanket, get your towel folded up. It does use the curves of your body in a nice natural way, but it also can create a little bit more of a challenge. So just know that it's like a good challenge, not in a bad way, not like you'll be all over the place and can't do the work. So you're going to get that blanket behind you. Once you've got it behind you, come down so that think from shoulders to buttocks, you're a bit on that fold of the blanket and your head will probably be off a little bit. Anyone who's got that slightly forward head position, maybe a pillow underneath your head if that feels like you're feeling too like you're falling backwards. All right, so now we're going to take it into reverse crunch. So your arms are going to come up as your little goalpost straight in front of your chest. You're going to pull the knees into the space between your arms, hold, and then release. That's the work. Reverse crunch with just a little specific work. Pull the knees into the goalpost, hold, and then release. And then you're going to follow your breath. Exhale, knees pull into the goalpost. Inhale, you release. You're already halfway there. If you've gotten here and the blanket behind you is more bothersome than nice, like you can feel there's some imbalances and you're just not getting the work done, leave it off. Move the blanket out from underneath you. However, if it feels good, leave it there. Follow your breath. Exhale, squeeze and hold for a second. Inhale for that little release. All right, that's time. Now we're going to take it into our asymmetrical hold. So legs are going to come up a little bit like they're in reverse table. left hand to the right knee. The right knee pushes into the hand pushes into the knee. If you've got short arms, for some of us, it does feel a little bit better to put that yoga block as a space saver. So yoga block if it feels more sturdy, because the other leg is going to do the work. So you're holding your asymmetry, left hand to right knee. There's your firm, sturdy frame. And then your left leg is kicking up and down. Right hand up to the sky, clear it out of the way. Right hand down on the ground offers a little bit of grounding support. Five seconds left on this side. All right, when you're ready, switch. Right hand to the left knee pushes into the hand. There's your sturdy frame. And then the right leg's doing that kicking maneuver, going up and down. Left hand down on the ground. That's going to give you a little grounding. Left hand up in the sky, clears it out of the way, but does create a little bit more challenge. Ten seconds left. All right, that's time. Take a second, float your legs down. You're going to scoop your butt just a little bit so it feels like your tailbone is just trying to kind of hug over the edge of your roll. Then send your legs out nice and long into some roll-ups. Arms are going to reach up above your head. Flex your feet as you exhale. Cervical nod, thoracic spine. Bend towards the toes. And then roll your way down, nice and slow and controlled. Adjust the roll or the blanket so that it supports the curviness of your back. For me in particular, I love that blanket behind me because I can feel that firmer imprint of my spine. I can take that slower controlled roll and I can focus on feeling my back rolling up and then take that little fold. You've got it. Nice job. The next time you come up into your seated position, stay there. And now we're going to take it into spine stretch. If you have a tendency to want to bend your knees a lot, put your rolled blanket just a little bit underneath your butt so you have a little seat. Now spine stretch, we keep our feet a little bit flexed. We go cervical nod, thoracic rounding, lumbar spine. We reach towards the toes. You want to think like you're going over a ball in front of your belly and chest, and then restack the spine. Come up nice and slow. Nod your head, round your back, over the ball, reach towards the toes, and then we come back up nice and slow. Beautiful. Two more if you can. The next time you come up and restack your spine, step your feet out just a little bit wider. Arms are going to come out, and then we're going into spinal twist, but with that reverse breath. So for my yoga friends, we're going to inhale as we twist. Get nice and tall in your spine, spread your fingers, reach your energy out through your hands like somebody's got you in a little tug of rope, and then inhale, twist. And as you twist, reach through your fingertips. Exhale as you slow return back to center. Keep your hips and your heels cemented into your mat. Come back to center. Inhale as you twist. Exhale as you return. Go for one more to each side or even yourself out. And then as you come to center, we'll still twist, but softer variation. So now you're going to step your right leg in, step it close to you, but step it out a little bit wide. Left hand's going to find that right knee. Right hand's going to come behind you into a twisted position, and then use that back hand to give you a little bit of height upward in your spine. When you're ready, slow release. Right leg goes long, left leg steps in, but step it a little bit wide. Right hand finds the left knee, left hand comes behind you, and you get nice and tall in your spine. On an inhale, come back to center, legs in butterfly position, soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Adjust your butt so it feels like your sits bones are kind of going behind your heart just a little bit. And then hands come forward. You're going to think big good morning stretch. So your hands are going to find the ground, and then you're going to spread your fingers nice and wide. Now you're going to inhale and push into your palms and round your back like you're taking that inhale to yawn and reach and stretch through upper back body. And then exhale is going to bring you into a soft position. No more pushing into the back. And then inhale again. Push into your palms, round your back. Inhale, fill up the shoulder blades. Exhale, bring that softness back in. One more just like that. Inhale, push into your palms, round your back, yawn and stretch through the upper back body. And then let the exhale soften you. Maybe fold just a little bit deeper over those feet just for a second. Feel that good stretch. And then when you're ready, come back up nice and slow. Help your knees come together. Give your legs a little windshield wiper action. Grab your foam roller. We're going to be foam roller calves first, but we're going to be calves while we lay on our back. So, and if you like your blanket for certain parts of your foam roller work, just have it available and nearby. Once you've got your space cleared just a touch, grab your foam roller. It's going to go underneath the calf muscles, and we're coming all the way down onto our back. If you can arrange it, get your foam roller underneath the thickest, meatiest part of your calf muscles. And then we're going to widen your stance just a little bit so that you have a little bit of room to move. So we want to go toes turn in, toes turn out, but we're going to go for that little bit of fast and furious work. So we're going to let the calf muscles be a little soft. And then you're just going to let your legs go in and out at a nice rapid pace. The purpose of that rapid pace work, it's pulling into that inner thigh fascial line. Fascia can give us oomph, it can give us bounce, it can also be a shock absorber, but it helps us go. So we want to be able to enliven that fascial line in that inner thigh area. So get that nice lively movement going on. Go for a few more moments. Awesome. And then when you're ready, let it slow down and just take the foam roller walk. Walk it down towards your ankles and then walk it back up towards the backs of the knees. So for this first round of walk, hopefully toes and knees are pointing relatively straight up towards the ceiling. Now you're going to turn your legs out and you're going to walk it down towards your ankles and you're going to walk it down towards the slightly outer edge. So you're just going to walk it up and down in a way that makes good sense, keeping that toe turned out situation. Don't worry about it being perfect. Nothing ever is. We just shoot for like finding a little bit of novel and playful movement so our body feels stimulated and alive and supports us through the rest of our day. Nice. One more walk in and out with that toe turned out, and then come back to the thickest part of the calf muscles, but now with the toes turned out, and then just add a little point and flex of your feet. One more point and flex of the feet. Feet are going to hop up onto the roller. Legs are going to be in a butterfly position. So the blade edges of your feet are on the roller. The knees are out to the left and to the right. And then you're just going to do a little up and down with the knees. Don't worry about it being like perfect full range of motion. With the blade edges of the feet on the roller, we almost want to feel like we're just getting a little fascial stimulation to the blade edge of the foot. So as your knees pick up into that high position, hopefully it kind of tugs a little bit against the blade edge of the foot, that nice thick meaty stuff on the outer edge of the foot. So pull up the knees, stretch that fascial line, go for just a couple more. And then you're going to stick with butterfly position with the blade edges of the feet on, but now you're going to roll the butterfly in and out. So you're just rolling that blade edge of the foot. Nice. One or two more rolls in and out. And then we're going to walk that foam roller underneath and you're going to hug it up nice and tight against your butt. Let your feet set down, let them find each other back to butterfly position. But now we want that held up butterfly position so your legs don't have to work and there's very little effort coming into your legs. Once you've got that more effortless supported butterfly position, take a second, let your hands find the low end of the rib cage. Take 3 slow, deep, intentional breaths. Breathe like you're just trying to breathe into the muscles between the bones of your ribs. Take one more big breath. We're going to add a vacuum with a wide leg hip bridge position. If you don't want to do the vacuum, you might opt to just stay here in this butterfly and do some breathing. If you want to do your vacuum, you're just going to step your feet out, bent knee position, knees up towards the ceiling, feet wide like you're going into that wide hip bridge position. You're going to dorsiflex your feet so the toes and the balls of the feet are lifted. And then we're going to go mid-Athena arms. So arms in that hula hoop position, fingertips roughly lined up with the edges of your mat. Back of the rib cage anchors down. Back of the neck is nice and long. Now take a big 360 breath. Fill your rib cage up. Try to maintain that expanded shape of the ribs. And as you exhale, soft belly, let your air go. Inhale, big 360 breath. Fill the rib cage up. Try to maintain that shape of the ribs. Exhale, soft belly, let your air go. Last breath here. Inhale, fill your rib cage up. And then as you exhale, you prepare, swallow, close off nose, mouth, and throat, or pinch your nose closed. Keep your mouth closed. Take a fake inhalation. Don't let any air come in and hold breath for a moment. And then when you're ready, release your air, let your hands float down, let your toes float down, pick up your butt, put your foam roller underneath your butt. Once you've got that foam roller underneath your butt, right leg, left arm, big good morning stretch. Stretch them out, flex your foot, spread your fingers, take an inhale, find the edge of it, and then soften, release, switching it to the other side. Right hand, left leg, stretch out, inhale at the end of it, get that yawning, reaching stretch, and then exhale, soften and bring it back in, switch sides. Right leg, left arm, inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, softly bring it back in, switch sides, right hand, left leg, inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, soften one more time through, right leg, left arm, inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, soften, bring it back in. Last one, left leg, right arm, inhale, stretch and reach. Inhale, bring it back in. Hold on to the ends of your roller. Pick your knees up so they come in toward your chest, and then keep the knees a little bit together. Take your knees and draw them in some circles. Circle in one direction. Take your knees and draw them in circles, go the other way. One more circle around. Big good morning stretch, all limbs. You're going to step your feet back down to the end of your mat. Stretch your arms up above your head. You want that big feeling of, think big good morning stretch into the front pockets of your jeans. So flex your feet, spread your fingers, and as you inhale, yawn and reach and stretch as if you're trying to stretch out the front pockets of your jeans. Take a nice big breath. Let your exhale soften you, and then step your feet back in. Slowly lift up your butt. Stay in your bridge. Squeeze your butt muscles. Move that roller out from underneath you. Stay in your bridge. Lower just the back of your rib cage down a touch. Stay in your bridge. Dorsiflex your feet. Stay in your bridge. Spread your toes. Stay in your bridge. Hold steady there for 3, 2, 1. One vertebrae at a time. Let your feet touch down. Then one vertebrae at a time, lower your butt down to the ground, come up to a seated forward fold. Move that foam roller so it comes underneath the bend of your knees. Come up, reach toward your toes, take a nice big breath. Come out of your fold, swing your foam roller around so it comes around underneath your upper back body. And then once you've got it around that upper back body area, support your head, lift up your ponytail, and then a nice slow roll up to the tops of the shoulders, down to the low end of the rib cage, low back-ish area, as long as you keep that good firmness in your center. So when you get past that sturdy, bony structure of the ribs, just make sure you're keeping your core supported, you're coordinating your movement in a way that makes good sense. We're going to line up with our armpits and hopefully keep your hands behind your head. So the next time you roughly line up with about your armpits, let your butt touch down, keep your arms cleared, and then we're just rolling from one back of the armpit to the other. Take your time as you go. This is one of those ones that sometimes I just kind of got to do a little maneuver to get that foam roller to stay where I want it to be. So little micro adjustments along the way. One more roll from side to side, and then roll over to your right. But now we're going to adjust. So we're going to get onto that right side, but now free up your arms so that the shoulder head, that nice upper round part of the shoulder, can land on the roller. And then once you've got that shoulder head on the roller, tip yourself a little bit forward, a little bit back. When from here, we're going to go down like side body, side of the rib cage, and then the top leg, inner thigh is going to get a little work. And then we'll flip it over to the other side and reverse it. So just know that it's not the typical way that we get into that position. So you might just make like little adjustments as you go. Take one more tip forward and back onto that shoulder head, and then lift up, slip that arm out. Think broad side of the broad strap. Broad side of your bra strap. Get the broad side of your bra strap, and then little tips forward and back. Awesome. Come down another inch or so, move it on down, and then back to that little tip forward and back. Come down another inch or so, and then back to your tipping forward and back. One more time, take it down another inch or so, and then tip it forward and back. Nice. One more tip forward and back, and then slip that foam roller out, and that upper leg is going to get inner thigh work. So you're just going to pop that upper leg up and over the roller, and then just roll that inner thigh as far into the hip crease and as far down towards the knee as feels good. Since we've done a lot of fascial work on that inner thigh in specific in these last couple of days, a soft, gentle, light touch might feel the best. So our foam roller work, although sometimes we use the phrase, it hurts so good, foam roller work should feel regenerative. It should make you feel good. It should make you feel alive at the end of the work. It's not meant to be punishing work. So go where it feels good. Take one more moment there. And then when you're ready, we're rolling it back over to the other side. I'm going to flip myself around so I'm facing out to you. You spin yourself around in a way that makes good sense, but we're taking it back to the shoulder head on the other side. So get your foam roller where you want it to be, get your shoulder head onto the roller, and then give yourself those little tips forward and back. I've been doing work in the yard, so my whole upper body's like, yes, this feels so good. Take one more rock forward and back. And then when you're ready, coming up into that broad side of the bra strap area, find that side position and then tip it forward and back. Nice. One more tip forward and back, and then lift up, move down an inch or so, and then back to that forward and back movement. One more moment, and then when you're ready, move it on down another inch or so, and then right back to that tipping forward and back. Lovely. One more tip forward and back, move it down one last time, find that last new spot, tip forward and back. One more tip forward and back, and then when you're ready, slide that foam roller out from underneath you. That top upper leg is going to get that inner thigh on, and then we're just rolling. Roll in and out, as much ground covered as feels good. Towards the inside of the knee, and then up towards the hip crease. Same idea on this side. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes that soft roll is just what the fascia needs, because fascia wants to collaborate. It wants to feel held and supported. It wants a little bit of rhythm. So we've given it plenty of rhythm, we've given it plenty of stimulation and bounce. So now maybe you add just that slight soothing. Awesome. One more moment there. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into front pockets of the jeans area. So we're going to flip ourselves around into tabletop position. Take your time as you bring yourself to your all fours. Get your foam roller underneath you, right underneath the front pockets of the jeans. If you have tender hip bones, here's where your blanket is really going to be your friend. Put it across your foam roller. Cushion those tender parts. come onto the foam roller. And then for my yoga friends, a little hip slush. Just let your butt waggle a little side to side. Now you're adding that rhythm back in. Let your breath come in and out nice and slow. One more moment to hip slush, and then we're going to take it into that big roll from side to side. So you're going to roll over to the right and then slow across the hip bones over to the left. Take your time as you go. All right, now the next time you come over to your right side, stay there and add that little tipping forward and back. Like you're just rocking into the front pockets of your jeans and then into the back pockets of your jeans. One more tip forward and back. And then when you're ready, slow roll through center, take it over to the other side, finding that left side and then finding that little tip forward and back. We're going to hit the belly line, the soft tissue of the stomach for that little digestive breath and that breath that sends that breath into the low back. But if you're feeling anything like tender in the tummy today, you might just go a little off sides, maybe just left side, stomach side, which can be that nice nervous system work. If you're feeling a little grumpy today, maybe you go right side, liver side. So choose your own adventure. But as you roll back to center, take your time and then see if you can just move the roller on up so that it's underneath the soft tissue of your belly across your belly button. Sphinx-like position is typically a nice way to start because you're not putting too much pressure on, and that might already be enough. Take a breath and just see if you can feel any movement of breath into your back of the rib cage, low back. If you get here and you're like, it is a little tender, scooch a little over to the left, stay there, stay in that softer variation. If it feels good to be straight on, take a second to add just a little bit of that light, softer hip slushing motion, like you're just trying to gently roll a little across the belly. Sphinx-like position may already be enough. If it feels good to come just a little bit lower, just one breath, walk your elbows out a little bit wide. Adjust the roller so it's into the soft tissue of your abdomen, soften over the roller, and take a nice big low back filling up breath. And then after you've taken that one good quality breath, slowly, slowly, slowly bring yourself all the way up to a tabletop position. Once you've got your tabletop position, hands onto the foam roller, take cat cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, round your back. Inhale back to a little bit of a neutral, curl your toes under, push your butt back towards your heels, stretch the foam roller out. So a little toe stretch, a little puppy stretch. Let the foam roller stretch out through the armpit chest. Let your head kind of soften into the space between your arms and take a nice big breath. As you lift back up to tabletop position with the center of your palms onto the roller and the fingers in a little bit of a lift, give that nice little bug squish pivot. Nice. We're going to go right forearm on. Think meatier side of the forearm, a little bit close to the elbow joint, slightly to the pinky side. So that's what we're going to shoot for. Get that meaty side of your forearm onto the roller. Take your left hand and do the gnocchi roll. You're just going to kind of roll and press. So let your hand be a little soft. Let your body kind of come along for the ride. Use that left hand to just do a little press and roll, press and roll. Now hold it in a pressed position. Take your hand that's getting the press and twirl your wrists in circles. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. Lovely. And then when you're ready, release. Now left forearm on, thick, a little bit high up towards the elbow joint on that thick, meaty part of the forearm. Right hand's going to come in and do the work. And you're going to do that gnocchi press. You're just going to roll the muscle across the roller, tipping a little over to the left and then coming back in. All right, now hold it in that pinned position. Get that little bit of roll and hold, and then take that hand and twirl circles. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. Beautiful. One more moment there. And then with both forearms back on the roller, just give a little soft roll, just to kind of gentle it out just a little bit. And then once you've gentled it out just enough, hands back on the roller, lift up through a down dog. Lift your butt up, come up into that nice upside down V, stretch your back body, walk your feet towards the foam roller, and then steamroll the tops of your feet. We're going to steamroll. You're going to hold firmly and you're going to roll out into the blade edge of your foot just a little bit. So roll that roller up so it comes up towards your shoelaces and your ankles. Roll up as if you're trying to roll out onto the blade edge of the foot. Now your hands are holding the foam roller down, so it's going to kind of catch the skin and connective tissue. You want to feel like you're just kind of gently pushing out into the blade edge of your foot while you hold the foam roller down. Hold steady, take a nice big breath. If you can add a little twinkle of your toes, twinkle your toes. Nice. And then let it release. Now you're going to go a little off sides. You're going to come a little over to the right, like you're rolling the outside of your right shin. And then you're going to come a little over to the left. Drag up the left side, outer side of your shin. So we're doing a little rotation. Over to one side, drag. Take it over to the other side and drag. Take it over, drag. Take it over and drag. Go one more time through with that little sideways drag. All right, now come up over the knees gently, drag up the thighs, release, come to the tops of the thighs, drag up. One more time, bring it to the tops of the thighs, drag, and then to the belly button line and drag, dragging across you want to feel like you're really kind of pushing into it. So it's pushing your skin, it's pushing your connective tissue, it's pushing your costume just a little bit. Awesome. One more drag and then put that foam roller down on the ground. Just go center of the foot, that major line of that plantar fascia right onto the foam roller and give it a little pivot. Just to put that little bit of warmth back down into our foundation. One more pivot. And then when you're ready, switch feet, middle of the foot, and pivot. Awesome. One more moment to pivot. And then when you're ready, both feet on the ground, give your toes a little twinkle, give your hands a little twinkle, take a nice big yawning stretch, press through your feet, stretch your arms up, take that inhale, yawn, and reach out to your edges. And as you exhale, let it go. You guys are amazing. Happy Monday.